Okay, it's time to do word problems for the day. Please remember that today you are with a substitute. Your best behavior is expected. I know how great you are. Let's be sure to demonstrate that today. We're going to be going over proportional and non-proportional word problems. So I'm going to show you the strategies for the first 5, and then I want you to work on them together in class. The expectation is in class is that you're quietly working. You can work with a friend. However, you must stay on track and you must work to complete this worksheet. So I'm going to read the first one. The water level of a pool is 12 feet, and that is receding at a rate of 0.5, I should say, feet per day. So I'm going to circle what I know. I see I have 12 feet, so I'm going to draw a circle around it and an arrow to my label. I know receding means subtraction. I also know that I'm going to circle this one and I'm going to draw an arrow. Now, I'm going to take it one step further and I'm going to write everything I know. I know that I see 12 feet. I know that it's receding. I know that I have 0.5 feet. But the one thing that's important is every time you see the word per, each, every, and. When you see those words, that's your variable. That's what's changing, so it's an x. So when it says write a linear equation, and it says water level L after D days, I'm going to write it in terms of y and x. Y meaning the water level equals 12 feet minus 0.5 x. It's as simple as that, x being the feet per day. It says, in how many days will the water level be 8 feet? So it wants to know the water level. So the water level, we have it here. So I'm going to write an 8 for the water level, but what it wanted to know, I said that wrong, was the days. So we're going to write 8 equals 12 minus 0.5x. Now, I don't have a scientific calculator here, but you do. So once you write this, you're simply going to go type it into the calculator. Don't forget, you're going to type in menu 3, 1 to get the InSolve feature. And then you're going to type this in just as you see it. 8 equals 12 minus 0.5x. And don't forget at the end, you must type comma x. And that'll be the number of days it'll take the water level to get to 8 feet. Okay? Be sure to write your answer. Be sure to circle it. Let's move on to the next one. A landscaper charges a flat fee of $10 plus $5 per hour. Let's circle what we know. We know we have $10. The label is dollars. I'm not going to draw an arrow to that one. I know I see the word plus, and then I have $5, and I have the word per. So write your numbers above, and there we have our linear equation. We have y equals 10 plus 5x. You're just writing what you see. Y being the cost, so the total cost, and then the x is your hours. What do you think of the slope and y-intercept represent? So if we go and we say, what does the 10 represent? It tells you it represents the flat fee. What does the slope with the x represent? The slope represents the hours. You're just going to write that out. How much money will they make if the job lasts 8 hours? So I have to go back to my equation. Which one was the hours? Was it the y or the x? If I look up, it's the x. So I'm simply going to write y equals 10 plus 5 times 8. I'm just going to replace the x, which was the hours, with the number 8. Put that in your scientific calculator. Be sure you hit enter, because all you have to do is type in 10 plus 5, 8, because I'm not missing a variable. You can type in y equals 10 plus 5 times 8, comma y. If you wanted to, you'll get the same answer if you use the InSolve function. Okay, moving on. A plumber charges a $25 service call, circle what I know, plus $50, circle what I know, per, that's your variable, hour of service. Write the numbers on top, 25 plus 50x. You just wrote your linear equation. So I'm going to write it in order. Y equals 25 plus 50x. The next question is, what will the total cost be for 8 hours of work? So go back to your equation. Which one was the hours? Was it the y? No, that's the charges. And then hours was here, so the hours is your x. So you're going to just replace y equals 25 plus 50. Your 8 becomes your x. Now that I've replaced, I can type it in the scientific calculator with a comma y. Hit enter and you'll know how much the total cost for 8 hours was. The same applies for the 10 hours. Y equals 25 plus 50, because it's hours, that was my x, 10, comma y when I type it into the scientific calculator. Let's move on to the next one. Rufus collected 100 pounds of aluminum cans to recycle. He plans to collect an additional, what does additional mean? It even gave it to you in the word add, 25 pounds each. There's one of our variable words, that is your x. So I'm going to write what I know. I've got 100 plus 25x. So write your equation. Y equals 100 plus 25x. The question is what does the slope and the y-intercept represent? Well, my slope always has my skis, my x. So what did the 25 represent? It represented the pounds each week. The y-intercept is the standalone number, it doesn't have the x. That represented the 100 pounds he started with. Don't forget the y-intercept is often what they started with. So he started with 100 pounds. So you're just going to write that answer there. How long will it take Rufus to collect 400 pounds of cans? So we're looking for 400. Are they asking for the total or for the part? They're asking for the total on this one. So this isn't the x, it's the y. So I'm going to replace. I'm going to write 400 equals 100 plus 25x. Now remember, you're going to go to your nsolve function on your calculator, menu 3.1, because I have a variable I want to know what it is. I'm going to use that nsolve feature that creates that. And at the end, do not forget to put your comma variable to tell the calculator what you want. The next one, a canoe rental service charges a $20 transportation fee. Remember, when you see fee, oftentimes it's that y-intercept. It's what you start with. And is plus $30 an hour. If you look over here, and is one of my variable words. This is your variable. So I'm going to go ahead and put x on top of that. Forgot to circle this and draw a label. So let's go back. I've got $20 plus 30x. Again, write it. Y equals $20 plus 30x. X meaning the number of hours they can use. Now the next question, what is the cost of renting the canoe for 6 hours? So I'm going to go ahead and just fill in the blank. Which one of them was hours? Is it the total service charges? No. Is it the hours? Yes. So it is the x. So you're going to just rewrite y equals 20 plus 30 times 6. Don't forget, when you put that in your calculator, you're going to put comma y, because it's my only letter left. Now I want you to work together as partners to finish the rest of the worksheet. We'll review it when I return. The expectation is that you are focused on this activity. This is a very important part of the unit. This is bringing it all together to how you're going to use this in the real world. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all on Thursday. Y'all have a good day.